Alright guys, welcome back to Vishal's Easy German. Today we'll be learning how to use verbs in sentences and in proper grammar. Let's go. So a verb is a word that's used to describe an action, state, or occurrence. That's just the simple definition. So in German there are two types of verbs, regular and irregular. I'm going to be talking a little bit about both today, but the easier one is obviously regular because they're more straightforward and easier to think of and use. So these are the 8 verbs in English that I'll be teaching you how to say in German. So we have run, speak, go, come, see, be, have, and eat. So now this is just like the definition version, not like past tense or present tense. But if we add an ing to the end of the verb, it makes it present tense. And today we'll be talking about present tense verbs, since those are the simplest ones to and the easiest ones to do. So we have running, speaking, going, coming, seeing and being, having and eating. So now I'm gonna pronounce the verbs in German. So I'll say it once and then I'll repeat it again so you can and then I would like you guys to say it after I say it the second time. So I'll give you guys a little break for you to pronounce it out loud. So you have laufen, gehen, kommen, sprechen, sehen, sein, haben, and essen. So now I'm going to repeat them again, and I'll leave a little break for you to repeat it out loud. So you have laufen, gehen, kommen, sprechen, sehen, sein, haben und essen. Alright, so now that we know it in German, did you notice anything about the verbs? Well, if you said they end in en, you'd be right, except for sein, which is a little bit of an anomaly since it's irregular. So they all end in en, and that's pretty important because it's needed. So you need it's important for the en to be there, and that you know that the en is there, so you can find the stem of the verb. What is the stem of a verb? It's not the stem of a plant, but it's a stem of those verbs that we were talking about. So to find the stem of most regular verbs and a little bit of some of the irregular verbs, all you have to do is take off the en at the end, but for sein there is no stem needed, and you'll see in a little bit. So now we have the stem of the verbs, and I took out sein because that one doesn't technically have a stem. So we have läuft, geh, komm, sprech, sei, hab, und ess. So those are the 7 stems of the verbs, and this is very important when using the verbs correctly in the proper grammar while using it in sentences. So now we're going to be talking about conjugations of the verbs. So they change the verbs and to make it into proper grammar, and so it's used properly. And yeah. So first we got to know the personal pronouns. So I taught this in a couple of videos ago. So ich is I, du is you, sie and s are he, she, and it. Wir is we. Ihr is y'all or you guys. And sie and Z is the U formal. It's the lowercase one, and the capitalized one is or no, the capitalized one is U formal, and the lowercase one is they. So now the conjugations. So for each verb or for each personal pronoun, there's an ending that goes with it when conjugating verbs. And this is very important to know because all regular verbs follow these same rules. So ish ends you'll add an e to the end of the stem. Do you'll add an st to the end of the stem. For air, z, and s, you'll add a t to the end of the stem. For veer, you add an en to the end of the stem. For ear, you add a t to the end of the stem. And the z and z, you add an en to the end of the stem. So now we're going to go over the conjugations for all the verbs. So first we'll start off with the somewhat regular, like pretty much regular, and only one thing changes. So we have ish loifa, which is I run. And then do loifts. So for this one, for do and erzs, you just add an umlaut to the A. So that just changes the pronunciation a little bit from loif to loifts. So you got erzns läuft, wir laufen, ihr lauft, und sie laufen. So I'll pronounce it again. Ich laufe, du läufst, sie läuft, wir laufen, ihr lauft, und sie laufen. Alright. So now for a regular verb. So this one is completely regular, nothing irregular about it. So we have ich gehe, du gehst, sie geht, wir gehen, ihr geht, und sie gehen. So I'll just repeat it again. Ich gehe, du gehst, sie geht, wir gehen, ihr geht, sie gehen. Alright, now on to another regular verb. So we have ich komme, du kommst, sie kommt, wir kommen, ihr kommt, und sie kommen. So I'll repeat it. Ich komme, du kommst, sie kommt, wir kommen, ihr kommt, und sie kommen. As you can see for the regular verbs, all I did was take the stem and add the proper ending. See, for Gayan, I just took the GEH and added an E to the end for ish. And the stem of kommen is kom, K-O-M-M. So for ish, I just added an E, and then you have ish komma. So this one is slightly irregular, only because for two of them, the E changes to an I. So we have, for sprechen conjugations, we have ich spreche, du sprichst, sie spricht, wir sprechen, ihr sprecht, und sie sprechen. Alright, now I want you to say it out loud. Ich spreche, du sprichst, sie spricht, wir sprechen, ihr sprecht, sie sprechen. Alright, this one is also slightly irregular because for do and erzs, you have to add an I before the E to properly conjugate it for proper grammar. So Zayin conjugations, we have ish Zaya, du siehst, sieht, wir sehen, ihr seht, sie und sie sehen. For do and as you can see, it's another one of those IE rules. So you have to say the E, you have to pronounce the E out when saying the word. So you don't pronounce the I, you just pronounce the E. So I'll repeat it again. Ich sehe, du siehst, sieht, wir sehen, ihr seht, and sie sehen. Alright, this one is also slightly irregular because for some of them the B changes to a T. So we have ich habe, du hast, sie es hat, wir haben, ihr habt, und sie haben. Make sure you guys are paying attention because there's a short quiz at the end, so you'll need to know all of these conjugations and which one goes with which. So I'll just repeat it again. Ich habe, du hast, sie es hat, wir haben, ihr habt, und sie haben. Alright, so now we have Essen conjugations. This one's also slightly irregular because the E turns into an I. For du and RZS. If we have ich esse, du isst, RZS ist, wir essen, ihr esst, und sie essen. Alright, so now I want you to say it out loud after me. Ich esse, du isst, RZS ist, wir essen, ihr esst, und sie essen. Alright, so this last one is the trickiest and most confusing verb in entire German. So sein is to be, and you wouldn't say, let's say you're trying to say, I am, you would say I am Vishal, not I be Vishal. So, and if you want to say you are Vishal, you wouldn't say you be Vishal, you would say you are. So, the proper conjugations are ich bin. So in this one, bin is am. So you're saying I am, and then ... And then, so for du, it's du bist. So bist is are. So in this case, it's are. So it changes from am to are. So you would say you do bist ... or you are, and then whatever. For RZS, you would say ist, because you would say he is, or not he am. So it changes from bin to bist to ist. And ist is taking place of is. So you'd say she is ... or sie ist ... So for wir, you have are. So you wouldn't say we is, you would say we are. So you sind, so it's pronounced wir sind. So sind takes place of am for this conjugation. And for ihr, you say it's pronounced seid. And as you can see, you pronounce the E or the I in this case. With the EI rule, you pronounce the I. So here you would say you guys are, and then whatever, and adding anything added. So seid takes place of are. And then lastly, sie, sind, that one is also are. So I'm just gonna repeat them for the pronunciation. So ich bin, du bist, sie es ist, wir sind, ihr seid, und sie sind. Alright, done. Now for the quiz. Hopefully you guys are paying attention the entire time. So first question, what is the conjugation of laufen with the personal pronoun du? So if you need to pause to go back and see the answer, to remember the proper conjugations, make sure you do that now. So I'll give you 3 seconds. All right, the answer is du läufst. For this one, remember it adds a umlaut, and the proper ending for du is st. So I took the stem and added st to the end, and you just have to add an umlaut on the a for this one. So du läufst. All right, question 2. What is the conjugation of gehen with the personal pronoun wir? Make sure you pause the video if you need to. All right, the answer is wir gehen. So I took the stem of gehen, which is geh or gay, and I added the proper ending, which is en, is en for wir. So you have wir gehen. All right, question 3. What is the conjugation of sprechen with the personal pronoun sie? And this is the uppercase, which is you formal, not she, but you formal. All right, the answer is sie sprechen. So the ending for the you formal is en, and the stem for sprechen is sprech. So I took the sprech and the proper ending and got sie sprechen. Question 4. What is the conjugation of sein with the personal pronoun ich? All right, the answer is ich bin. Remember, this sein doesn't have a stem, so you just have to remember these. So it's ich bin, which is I am. Question 5, which is the last question. What is the conjugation of essen with the personal pronoun sie? And this sie is the she one, not the you formal or they. So this is one with sie and s. So she. The proper conjugation is sie ist. All right, make sure you, if you got any of those wrong, to go back in the video and watch the part that you got wrong so you can remember it and memorize it and not get it wrong next time. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you do the extra work in the description. I've been leaving those for all the videos. So if you want to do those, make sure you write the answers down, share them somehow, the comments or anything else, and make sure you keep practicing German. All right, see you next time. Tschüss.